What's up, YouTube? This is Delma here, bringing you a commentary. It's gonna be not on the video playing you see in front of you, but it's gonna be on the story on how I started competitive gaming and how I just got into MLG, GB, and stuff like that. And to me, it's pretty interesting because I've came a far way from what I've used to be and what I am now, and I'd just like to share it with you guys. All right, so my competitive gaming story. I pretty much started competitive gaming back in COD 4. The first game I ever got for Xbox Live would have to be Halo 3, and I remember my stepdad making my gamer tag Dude3153. And at the time, I really didn't know about gamer tags, and people actually like looked at it and stuff like that. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I played Halo 3, and the first time I ever heard someone on the Xbox Live mic, I was like, oh my god! And my parents were there, and we were watching, and we were just jaw dropped on that you could talk to someone through like a whole network and play games with them at the same time. Even though I started on Halo 3, I became decent at it. Joined like a little clans or whatever you want to call them. Not for GB or anything. Never knew about competitive gaming. Just knew about just joining a group and stuff like that. The first clan I was ever in was with my friends from school. We played GB. We figured out GB from one of my friends at school. We called ourselves Pure, Pure, and it was Pure was in the beginning of all of our gamer tags, and my gamer tag was Pure, all caps and lowercase at the end, was Killiness, and that, now that I think about it, is one of the dumbest gamer tags I could possibly think of. So now that I look back on it, I mean, it was great times and everything, and I really miss it though. Um, that was the first time I ever actually got on GB, got a GB match and played, and we got absolutely demolished. Demolished as in going 1-17 on GB. But like at that time, it wasn't about winning or losing. Even though we were kind of bummed we were losing, it was still fun just being competitive and seeing players that are better than you and then wanting to be better and learning how to play the game better. So with this all knowledge of people knowing or being better than me at this game, I always wanted to be the best at possible at whatever I wanted to do. So I started playing more and more. So I joined teams later in COD 4 with some other people I just found out. My first ever real competition, I'm not even sure how to explain it. Like a team that can hang, I guess, with some of the decent kids would have to be Kingsborough's team. I'm not even remember, like I can't remember who else was on the team. I'm trying to remember, and it's like right there at the tip of my tongue right now, but I just can't remember their gamer tags. But I remember me and Kingsborough teaming, and our team name was Visual, and we were actually pretty good. We played some of the PCLs in COD 4. We never did that great. We did like 4 and 5. We never went into the playoffs in PCL. We never won money or anything, but we thought we were pretty good. We won scrims and stuff like that. Once COD 4 ended, I knew a lot of this, like I guess you could say the scrim level, like people that play scrims every single day, pick up scrims, team scrims all day. None of the really known people, Moho, I didn't know anybody then. I knew of them, and I wish I knew them, but I did not know them. I'd never talked to them, rather than scrimming them once in a while and getting raped. Once Modern Warfare 2 come around, I just strive to be the best possible. In the middle of Modern Warfare 2, or in the beginning, I should say, I tried to team with Pikachu. This was the first time I met Pikachu ever in my life, and to find out that we team later down the road is actually pretty funny. But we team here with Editor and Rizma and Haywire, and if you guys don't know who Editor and Haywire are, they're just two funny characters, I guess you can say. If you guys know them, you'll know they're pretty two mature hicks, and they're pretty funny to hang out with. And if you don't know Rizma, Icons Rizma, Star Rizma on Twitter, you guys might know him. But we were never really good at the game. We always joked around, played scrims all day, whatever. I played with Impact towards the end of the game. We all played the Old Spice ladder. I'm not sure if you played during Modern Warfare 2 or not, but Old Spice was a big thing towards the end of the game. Everyone was playing in that, and on the Xbox wise. And the only reason I didn't do MLG for Modern Warfare 2 was the main reason that I never switched to PS3. And I'm pretty sure back on Modern Warfare 2 when it actually went for MLG and when they had Nationals and PCLs, I'm pretty sure it was all on PS3. And at that time I was only 13 or 14 or 15. somewhere around there, and I didn't have money to buy another system when I already had an Xbox, and my mom would never buy me another system when I already had one. She'd be like, "What the? Why would you want to buy another system? You already have one." And so I always stuck on Xbox, and my competitive career just pretty much stopped right there. For the Old Spice wise that I was talking about, it was me, Pikachu, Editor and Haywire, and a kid named Forza, and nobody knows him, but he was pretty funny. We played in that Old Spice, and I remember one night I was playing on a 32-inch Jurassic TV. It must have been 100 pounds. It's one of those TVs that it is wider from front to back than it is from side to side. It's just huge, and we were playing for, I think, top 12, and we were doing decent, and we were about to win. We were on the first map, and we almost won it. And my whole screen was sitting on like a coffee table kind of thing, and I went to move it, and the whole TV just collapsed on my Xbox and just dented my hard drive, and it signed me off Xbox immediately, and my Xbox got the red rings. All right, and this is one of the most emotional times of my life right here. I'm like, not to sound nerdy or anything, but that was just a sad part right there. It was just so saddening that like we actually could have got money and got something on there. So they ended up playing with Forza instead of me, and they never did really good. Let's just say that's the end of Modern Warfare 2 for me, because I never bought an Xbox until Reach came out. With Reach, I tried to go pro in that, but I never really got into it. And then once Black Ops came out, I moved back to COD. When I first got to COD, there's a LAN in Orlando. It was in Orlando, and I went with Moho, Fear Moho, Ratzilla, if you guys don't know him, he's a COD 4 kind of legend kind of person, and AOX Prof, which is another COD 4, Modern Warfare 2 professional. And we went there, and I rarely knew any of these guys. I was kind of like a random in the party. And we went there expecting to do good, obviously, because we were all good players, but to not win. I wasn't expecting to win, but I mean, I wanted to, but you know what I mean. I was a random then. So we go here, and there was actually good people here. I'm not sure if you guys know these people, but Limits, Reckless, Pikachu, and them all teamed. And then there was a team with Miyagi. There was a Jugster's team. There was J-Bone. He played for the PS3. There was a lot of good teams. Well, all in all, we came to that LAN, and we didn't even lose a map till the finals, where we lost 2 maps and we won 3, and we took it home. We won $250 each, and it was a great LAN. It was a great experience. I love teaming with Moho, Rat, and Prof, and it was my first ever LAN, and it went amazing. So after that, I talked to Moho a lot, because I performed that event, if I say so myself, and what they said, I did very well that event for Xbox wise, because this was all on Xbox. So Moho hit me up when we all got back home, saying, "You want to scrim with my team?" And at the time, Dito backed out on them about 2 weeks maybe before Dallas came up, because his dad had to go with him, because I guess he wasn't allowed to go by himself, but the Fear organization or whoever their sponsors were at the time couldn't pay for both of them to go. So they're like, "Oh, well, obviously you can't go. We can't play with you." So I was going to scrim with them, and we were planning on scrimming. They scrimmed with a few other people, whatever. We ended up scrimming one night. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and they were all being like pretty emo. They were all kind of bummed that what happened with Dito and stuff like that. Sharp was making jokes and stuff like that, and it just didn't go well with them. I thought they were all going to quit and not even go. Well, the next day, and they hit me up on Skype when I wasn't looking, and they said, "Yo, let's come scrim right now. We got a team scrim against against Envy." And at the time, I was playing pickups with J-Bone on the PS3. And I remember playing, I was like, "Yo, J-Bone, you want to play pickups?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Okay, and then, well, Fear wanted to run with J-Bone also, so they Skyped J-Bone. Well, J-Bone happened to look at his computer at the right time, and he noticed that they hit him up. And I didn't notice it, but they hit me up first. And J-Bone left my party and went to go scrim with them. And I signed on my computer because I was like, "J-Bone, where the fuck did you go?" And he never responded. I look on Fear's stream, and they're playing with J-Bone. I was like, "Wow, what the fuck?" So I get on when I got on the computer, I looked on Skype, and I seen Mo hit me up. I was like, "Oh my god." I guess they played Envy. They played whoever they were at the time. Not 100% sure. I don't want to get it wrong there. But they played together, and I guess they played amazing. And that just they solidified this. They solidified the roster right then and there. They said their J-Bone was their 14th. They're going to Dallas. They ended up going to Dallas. They placed, I think, 14th. They didn't place top 12. I know that. They placed from like 13th to 17th, somewhere around there, and they weren't happy with their placing. But I'm not. I'm gonna end it right there because I don't agree with their decision. And just to imagine where I would be right now if I got the chance to go with them would be it's kind of mind-boggling. But for Columbus, what happened there was a day of roster lock on Columbus. I'm not sure. It was like literally a month before Columbus, the day of roster lock for all the teams to pick who they want to go with, and it was going to be locked until Columbus Day. And then after Columbus, obviously, you can get a new team. Well, the team was Phobia,